Scott Morgan here, Broncos Radio. Joining me is Coach Ed Kaman. Coach, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Scott. Thanks for having me.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about recruiting process. Just got done going through that with Gabe Van Sicklen. Kind of get your thoughts on that and how you approached that this from last fall to now.
Yeah, we try to talk to our kids a lot about, their goals and what they want to try to accomplish. And, always try to feel out and just ask kids if they're interested in college football. Because at the end of the day, there's going to be opportunities across the board, whether it's Division One, Division Two, Division Three, depending on the kid and what their goals are. Almost all of them could probably have some sort of opportunity if they're that kind of player at that level. So we try to get kids identified first, and then make sure their academics are taken care of. They're on the right track as far as being eligible for the NCAA and all those things and meeting the core requirements for classes. And then from there, just talking a lot about what that's really going to look like. Is it just the recruiting piece that's fun, and or the actual work that it's going to take and what that's going to be like, and if that's something they want to be a part of. So.
We'll talk a little bit about Gabe Van Sickle and the process with him. A lot of work on your side to try to get information out to different coaches, or was it easy for that to do?
Yeah, I think this day and age things are a lot simpler online, obviously with email and those things, you share and film and those things. But I'll say for the most part, the thing that was big for us was that my conversations with Dan Fedrosi, who's our Aaron like recruiting and our recruiting coordinator we have. He's like a recruiting consultant, so to speak.
Okay.
So it's a service we pay for within our program, and he's a former college football coach himself. So that's been really helpful as far as me and guiding our program and kind of doing the right things and that kind of thing. But he also is a great resource for our families. He does like one-on-ones with them and those things. So Dan has been really helpful in that process. But really, I would say the biggest thing is just sort of having the kids take ownership of the process. And that, like, well, hey, everybody wants to play college football, right? Well, are you willing to like make a list of schools you want to email? Are you willing to find all those coaches' emails online? So like what I did with Gabe and I've done with other kids, we just started a spreadsheet or Google document, and I had them go hunt down the schools. Like, hey, where would you like to go?
Yep.
What are you looking at? Like, let's make a long list. But then they need to do the work and go find those emails. And then I tell them if they can make that list of emails, then I'll go ahead and I'll push out the film to those coaches just like they're going to. And we'll try to kind of double or like tag team it, send it out that way. So we're both kind of getting their film out to coaches.
How easy or how much has Huddle been a part of that now with that technology and being able to get the plays out to the different
Yeah, I
coaches?
think back, years ago when I was first got into coaching, the kids were, making DVDs or cutting up film themselves and trying to have somebody create some sort of like, DVD they would mail out to a coach, across the country or whatever. But nowadays, obviously, Huddle, everything's online. The kids can make their own highlight right from their profile and the account that they have. So that's kind of nice. And then from there, it's just a live link we can send out to coaches. So that part makes it nice. The other piece of it is just trying to get contact and communication with those coaches. There's a ton of traffic in and out this spring with those guys coming in. And I think that's one of the biggest things that maybe Gabe, I think he understands it, but I think we're going to see the ripple effect of that over the next few years where we're on the map that way in the sense that a lot of schools have been through our high school. This has been one of the wildest experiences I've had in coaching. It's really the first Division I recruit I've had as a head coach. And we've had everybody from Iowa State to people from all over. So it's been fun.
Yeah, that's what you led into my next question. Is for you. This obviously is something big for Coopersville and for you as a head coach. Any experience from in the past that you've been kind of drawn on when you weren't the head coach?
Yeah, I think we've had over the years. I guess in my coaching career, I've had a lot of kids play at the next level. There's all kinds of different levels to that, right?
Right.
So you've got Division III, you've got Division II, Division I, and obviously Division I is the very top, right, of the list. So there's not as many of those types of kids. You always hope for that,
yeah,
but you don't always get as many of those types of kids. So the bottom line is every kid has a fit, kind of where they kind of belong, where they can kind of fit their niche. But at the end of the day, it's cool. It's great. It's obviously great for our program, great for our school. But yeah, just kind of. I think a great thing, and obviously Gabe is well deserving.
He is, and like we talked about, now that process is done, you get to focus in on this next football season. Um, Anything special that you do, or you just, hey, we're going to do the same thing we've always been doing, as in regards to Gabe, is there, techniques and different things, or hey, this is how we coach it. We want to coach it this way.
Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of like our system and our program and what we do, we kind of, we're going to do what we do, obviously, there's different things where, you know, he might get extra work at certain things, or he might have certain things he wants to clean up or
Right.
focus on, like technique wise or something. But that's with all of our kids, But I mean, but he's the kind of kid that obviously when you go to that level, like, I think that's one of the great things I talked about with Dan Pedrosi, or, from Aaron, is that like, hey, this is great. He's got this, commitment that he's made, but now, it's about focusing on getting better. It's not like, hey, big sigh of relief. It's, hey, time to get to work and really focus on having a great senior year and helping our program improve and get better and take that next step.
How much will you lean on him as a senior now to teach these younger guys?
Oh, I think obviously a lot of the kids look up to Gabe, obviously, in terms of his work ethic and things that he does. And, obviously the college thing is a big deal too. But we've got a lot of kids in that senior class that are really hardworking kids. And those kids really look at those young kids really look up to them. So we're going to lean on that senior class to really lead our group. And I think they'll do a great job.
Okay, excellent. Like I said, thank you. I appreciate this. It's been, especially like you said, it's been an interesting and a new experience for you. And I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on it. Go ahead.
And I just, before we step off, I would be,
Remiss.
wrong not to mention our office staff and our school being super flexible. I don't think people understand like how busy our school has been. I mean, we're talking 3 to 5 schools a day sometimes,
Oh my
coming
goodness.
through the school during the school day. All of which our office staff, so Andrew Kohowick and Jamie Heisen, have to reach out to me, get them down to the weight room, they can come talk to me. And just it's been really cool to have that happen, but it wouldn't be possible without the help of those people in the office and helping facilitate all that. And just really want to thank them.
Yeah, something I didn't even think about. That. Yeah, you've got all these extra people wanting to come in just, at all different times. If I'm not mistaken, you had somebody here early in the morning, 6:30.
Absolutely, yeah. Some of those guys that come from out of state, if they come in, they fly in and they might try to hit your school in the morning before school, and they've got a whole list of schools they're trying to hit throughout their day. So it's obviously a pretty lengthy schedule for them and a long season of recruiting, so to speak. But yeah, they're on a schedule and it's a lot of visitors in and out. So.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. And those guys.
And you think it would be over once he kind of commits, but they keep coming. So they still want to, they still want to, show up and show their interest, and
Well, yeah,
so that's been interesting, yeah.
because some, it's not like somebody has never changed their mind and gone, want to go somewhere else. So that's always interesting to see. And again, you get to the school and you and the teams, as you were saying, get the benefit from this.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I just, obviously really happy for Gabe, and it's an awesome opportunity. But I don't think I don't think he quite comprehends exactly how much he's done for our program. Nothing for me. I just our kids. I think it's so cool when our kids, are in that environment. They see that happening, and they see that it can happen if you work hard and do the right things, and have those things going for you. So
Yeah, because like I said, it really hasn't happened before. You've had like Tim Allen spent like as you mentioned, he's at Fair State. Don't know how much recruiting came in when he was here, but these guys these younger players do get to see that, kind of get a little more comfortable with a being around that type of situation.
well, absolutely, and I think when those guys show up, I think it's awesome for our kids and a testament to our kids when those guys show up, like, with a list of guys and they've got the list and I haven't even talked to them yet, so, and it's not just Gabe, it's other guys in our
Well,
program
yeah,
that, are on their list. So it's exciting for our kids and exciting for our program.
that it's nice to see. Yeah, we're he has started something. It's been there, but I think, like you say, this has kind of blossomed into where a lot of kids I think are going to benefit from this. And when we look back and your career of mine, that how many kids did really benefit from this, from his ride. Was appreciative, and I think he's appreciative of everything as well.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's just all about trying to give, kids as many opportunities as you can, and our kids work hard, and it's nice to see them being rewarded for that and getting some notoriety and at least being acknowledged for the work that they're putting in. So it's awesome.
It really is. Well, thank you, and like I said, we look forward to seeing you in 2 months.
93 days.
93 days, 3 months. So 93 days, but we'll be together before that. It was really good to see the amount of athletes you had upstairs working out and everything. So that's always good to see, and it's nice to see the programs working hard and going in the right direction. Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it, and then we'll see you in a couple of weeks or so.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, thank you.